All right. Hello, everybody. So, got lightsaber cup. Caffeine. Anyways, so today, well, it is Eclipse Day. So I told you guys that we were going to have ourselves an Eclipse Day update. So we got DVDs, we got one Blu-ray, and we got a couple of books. Yeah. Now, not everything is all sci-fi related. It's just what I happen to find at Goodwill, and one of my favorite places to go to is Trader Baker Flea Market, because you never know what you're going to find there. Alrighty, so we'll get through the books first here, both, of course, by one of my favorite horror authors. First off, well, it's kind of sci-fi related. We have the novelization of Stephen King's The Running Man with the Schwarzenegger front cover there. Basically, it's just a re-release when the movie came out, which is awesome. Then we also have here in paperback, we've got The Regulators, which is, I believe this is actually one of the original covers, because when you read this, you need to read Desperation afterward, because the artwork continues on from there. So if you have The Regulators and Desperation, that's the complete artwork. Alrighty, so let's go through the movies, shall we? Alright, so first off, we'll get the Blu-ray out of the way here. So I've been trying to hunt this down for a while, and every time I try to find the Blu-ray, it's just the single disc edition, or it's just the single DVD. Now this is the third one in the CG motion picture series. We have the 2-disc special edition, unopened by the way, of Resident Evil Vendetta. This thing is jam-packed with extras, and don't think I've ever actually watched this one. So this one will be awesome to actually watch. So up next, we have ourselves a video game DVD. We have from one of the limited edition DVDs that are released with the collector's editions of the World of Warcraft games. We got the behind-the-scenes DVD of Wrath of the Lich King. Now, I've listened to the soundtrack. This one's actually one of my favorite scores done by the guys there. And what can we say? This one's pretty cool, from what I can tell. Then up next, we have ourselves, well, it's kind of somewhat sci-fi-ish, but not really, but it's a great comedy of movies. I've seen the first two. I have not seen the third one yet. But what can we say? It's classic 80s, and of course 80s revitalized a little bit. We have, in my opinion, basically one of Keanu Reeves' best roles. We have the Bill and Ted Trilogy, the 3-film collection featuring, of course, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Bogus Journey, and, of course, the latest film in the series, Face the Music. And what can we say? It's excellent. So, all right, so then up next, we have a movie from Terry Gilliam, which I've only heard about but never actually have seen. The final film, of course, of the late, great Heath Ledger. We have the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, and of course, Johnny Depp, Jude Law, and Colin Farrell helped finish the film with them basically portraying different versions of the Heath Ledger character throughout the film. Up next, we got ourselves a couple of TV shows. Yeah, mind you, these were $1 a piece, or 50 cents a piece, which was kind of amazing to me. So I got this one for $1. I kid you not. So here we have the first season of one of my favorite authors, Neil Gaiman. We've got the first season of American Gods, and I've not watched this yet. Mainly because I don't have Stars, but I've heard great things about it. I believe I have the book. I'll have to check and see. All right, then up next we've got the first season of Prison Break. Yeah, now this was a show that was really popular back in the early 2000s, and sadly it lasted for only 4 seasons. Well, they kind of did like a reinvented season, kind of, but of course, you got Dominic Purcell there, Dracula from Blade Trinity. And of course, you have Wentworth Miller, who would go on to portray Chris Redfield in the Resident Evil franchise. Really good, really good. If you like prison-related stuff. So there you go. Then I also got season 2. Yeah, so the continuation of the show, which I don't believe I really watched it past season 1. So yeah, I'm gonna have to hunt down the last 2 seasons because I have the event series, but I don't have the last 2 seasons. The last 2 seasons of this show yet. So then we have a movie or series created by the writer and creator of The West Wing, and of course, he also wrote The Social Network. We got Jeff Daniels in the first season of The Newsroom. If you are a fan of television or journalists type of stuff, like All the President's Men, The Killing Fields, Spotlight, all that type of stuff, then this show is definitely for you because, well, there's a scene where a college student asks Jeff Daniels a question, and it's pretty much an honest answer, and it's pretty true, which is, so, yeah. What we say though? Lasted for 3 seasons. Need to get seasons 2 and 3, and then that series will be complete. All right. Up next, we have a sci-fi movie. Of course, I remember watching this when I went on a bus trip to Huntsville, Alabama for one of my technology classes when I was in middle school. Yeah. So we watched a lot of space-related movies on the way down because, it's kind of a long drive. So one of the movies that they popped in was this one, was Space Camp, starring, of course, Kate Capshaw, Mrs. Steven Spielberg, Leon Thompson, Kelly Preston. So, yeah, there we go. Pretty decent movie for what it is, but also score done by, of course, the great John Williams. Then we have a height adventure film, which I have not actually seen yet. It sounded interesting. Got this only for 50 cents. So here we have a movie called Fall. Yeah, I've never seen it, and so yeah, sounded interesting. So why not? So also over the weekend, I've been watching the Amazon Roadhouse remake, and so far it's pretty good from what I have watched. I'm only about 26, 27 minutes into the movie. However, I've never actually seen the original film, so I found the original film for $1. So I'm like, why not? I will definitely have to watch this. Then we have one of my favorite movies I've been trying to hunt down for a while now. I've seen this a bunch of times. Such a great movie. Of course, the debut of one of the greatest African-American directors out there, John Singleton. We have the 2-disc anniversary edition of Boys in the Hood, and of course starring Ice Cube, Cuba Gooding Jr., and of course great performance by Lawrence Fishburne. And well, it says Larry Fishburne, but it's Lawrence. So, but yeah, what can we say? It's a great movie. Really great drama. Basically about the rights and wrongs of what not to do. You come to a decision in your life. What do? You make the right choice. So up next, we have a comedy film. One of those comedic spoofs, right? So here we have from the filmmakers of The Starving Games, Meet the Spartans, and Empire Sucks, we've got Superfast with the slipcover. That's kind of rare. It's a sound. These movies are, of course, made to be, spoofs off of, the Fast and Furious franchise, of course. So, yeah. Alrighty, then up next, we have a movie starring Kelsey Grammer, which sounded interesting. Because I know that he's done a lot of great stuff. Obviously, Frasier being one of them. So we have starting with Grammer being the character of playing George Washington. We have Benedict Arnold, A Question of Honor. Sounded interesting, so I'm like, why not give it a shot? Because I came across another Washington movie where Jeff Daniels actually plays Washington, and I have yet to watch that. So, kind of an interesting take on what actors do besides what you're mainly used to seeing them doing. Anyways, so up next we have a DVD for my music collection. So here we have, this is now, I've listened to this album numerous times. Absolutely one of my favorite albums. I mean, even if you're not a fan of this, if you're a fan of acoustic guitars and whatnot, definitely check the album out. So here we have Eric Clapton Unplugged. So really, really good. This is when they did the MTV Unplugged series. And great album. Then up next, we have a horror film to add to the collection. One that's, I think it's getting harder and harder to find. I know that there's a collector's edition released by Shout Factory, but the original DVD snapper case, that's hard to find nowadays. So here we have, starring, of course, from Angel, David Boreanaz, and of course Denise Richards, Marley Shelton, and young Katherine Heigl. We have Valentine, which at the time I believe was actually a kind of a remake or reboot of My Bloody Valentine. This is like the 2001? Yeah, 2001 remake of Valentine, but nobody really knew that they had remade it. So now we come to the creme de la creme, the big thing that I set aside for last because I got the best deal on it. Kid you not, $15 for this whole thing. And the funny thing is, Amazon is actually selling this online right now for like $70. I got it for $15. So it was wrapped up in a string. So here we have the first 3 seasons of Walker, Texas Ranger. Of course, the great Chuck Norris TV show. I remember watching this when I was a kid. It's still good. And also, they did have, attached to it, Walker seasons 4 through 8, and of course the Trial by Fire film. So literally I got basically the complete series of Walker for $15. You can't really beat that. I mean, you really can't. I mean, it'll be fun to go back and watch the show, because I remember there was an episode that I came across, it was a while ago, and there was a little boy in a bed, and it dawned on me, I'm like, oh, that's this guy. I see dead people. Yeah, very young Haley Joel Osment co-stars in an episode of this show. I think he's like maybe 3 or 4. So, yeah. Alrighty, you guys. So, if you hear banging above, you have to excuse the bangingness. I don't know if the camera picks it up or not, but, nephews are upstairs running amok or whatever. But what can I say? Fun times. So, all right, you guys. So with that, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and stay tuned because, well, this is happening soon at the time of this recording here in a few hours, and hopefully I'll be able to shoot something with that. So yeah. Alrighty. So with that, you guys take care, and I'll see you guys next time.